And
Um,
seats from Russia to get through the year or into next year, or is that still ongoing?
So at this point, as much confidence as we have in the team, I think it's probably not prudent to go that direction. I think it's important that we have options. Again, we want to increase our option space and make sure that the International Space Station has a continuous American presence. And so we're not ready to make any adjustments on that front. We're going to buy another Soyuz seat.
sorry, I was just looking to see if I'd received an update, but I think the recovery vessel is just securing it right now, so we do not have additional information at this time.
Question here, second row.
Congratulations, Robin from Supercluster. Have you flown the Dragon simulator in Hawthorne, and have you tried on the suit multiple times?
I've tried. I've tried it on the helmet, and I've flown the docking simulator several times. You know,
I'll tell you, I am. I nailed it first time, and of course every time since.
But you had Bob and Doug's help.
I did.
I know.
I think it's good. But having played a lot of video games as a youth is probably helpful. But it's the Dragon actually approaches the space station very slowly, so it's it's actually very much slower than people realize. So I think it's not very difficult to dock with the space station because it is approaching very slowly, and you have very fine controls. In fact, you can adjust between sort of course corrections and fine control corrections. So you can adjust the thrusters to have sort of nuanced effects, or like broad brushstroke, fine brushstroke, and I think it's pretty straightforward to dock in light of that.
Tim?
The astronaut. Question for pretty much anyone who can answer it. Elon, Kathy, Jim, the exact sequence of events today. It was kind of hard to tell actually when we're seeing the feed, and of course from the press site we just saw a cloud. Was it an engine shutdown was the initial trigger, and then did the Dragon, was the actual abort sequence? Was it the Dragon was triggered to abort, and then the engines shut down after that? And then, or was it like the shutdown of the engines? And then the sequence of events was actually kind of confusing and hard for us to figure out. And of course, we didn't really see much. Can you actually run us through what exactly was programmed when and how it all triggered and what triggered what, I guess, the chain of events?
Actually, I was thinking about posting the time sequence of events, what occurs in the course of about 700 milliseconds. It's really way more than a human could do is occurring in a fraction of a second. But the engines there's a command to the engines to shut down, and then the abort system then presses up very rapidly. The Super Dracos are ignited. It initiates separation from the upper stage. But all of this is occurring in literally a split second, it's really quite remarkable how quickly those engines reach full thrust, and all 8 of them do, and then it controls via differential thrust of the 8 Super Draco engines, and so it's making those thrust adjustments at the almost the millisecond level. It's very, very fast.
And then the engines were shut down after that. So
Yeah.
Then the launch vehicle, the first stage engines were all shut down at that stage.